Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadtoro.com. I'm here with Will Lehr, the king. Yeah, the king of perpetualassets.com. Will, it's been a long time. I know you've had back surgery. How are you feeling? How's it hanging? I know we only have like 20 minutes for this discussion, but how are you?
We're good. We can go a little longer. I just didn't want you to take me for another one of those hour marathons that you did last time, which was a blast. I'm just, I got to mind my whatever horizontal time. Although I got my brace on right here and a pack of ice inside it, which is nice because it's
don't take your clothes off on camera.
Oh, come on, Bix. Yeah, this not this next episode.
I couldn't handle the amount of views we'd get for that one.
We'd break YouTube.
Well, somebody's got to break that goddamn YouTube. I was actually on a 2-hour, this morning I was on a 2-hour woo-woo conversation with Jason Four's woo-woo dude, his psychic guy. The guy is off the charts. He knows his shit. I was getting into my past lives, Grand Canyon stuff, my past lives and the Grand Canyon stuff together.
Wow.
Oh, I know. It blew me away. Maybe he knew everything I wanted to hear, but there's stuff he pulled out that no one ever knew. So he's the real deal. Woo-woo dude. I'll talk about it more on my channel. Crazy.
Interesting. Yeah, that's fun. I'm glad you got a little dip your toe in that water. That's exciting.
But he's with everybody else with Cliff High, and everybody saying we are in for something over the next 6 months that we will have never encountered in the past, both on the financial side, on the politics side, on the law enforcement side, on the spiritual side, on the planet change side. Everything is coming down now. That's why I wanted to get you on the line for the whole world to say it's now or never. Get your cryptos now in your own possession, because the crypto markets, I don't think, will be open during this time of upheaval, and silver into your own possession, both of them. And I know Perpetual Assets does that for many people, and you can get your retirement into your own hands also, which is cool.
All the above. Yeah. It's, man, it's crazy out there. And it feels like we're in the eye of the storm right now. We had the first wall of the storm that we went through with COVID and race riots and all of that stuff. And now we're in the eye. Granted, everything's still crazy. And now we're about to just bust through the other side of it. Yeah. Cryptos are interesting, man. It's, we've been, gosh, I think we're basically breaking records this month after month. It's been an unbelievable year. The crypto trade desk is live, and I'm hoping that even when there's pandemonium and chaos and exchanges are down, we'll still have access through private pools. So that will be awesome. Especially too in the next bull market when people want to take profits. That was really hard to do in 2017. I mean, you could buy gold. Right, that's what a lot of us did. We'd take a little profits off of whatever and buy some gold with it. But we have the ability to go right back to cash for clients that want to do that. So yeah, it's a quick and simple. As you know, it's a $10,000 minimum, so it's really for larger transactions. But those are the hardest ones to deal with, to get in and off, on and off the exchanges with speed. And ours is fast. I mean, we don't hold your money. We don't hold your crypto. It is like client wires us the dollars. We get on the phone with the client as soon as the wire's received, which is, pretty quickly. And then we purchase the client's cryptos. We send it right to your wallet with you on the phone with the test transaction. A lot of folks are new. Last March, when the markets crashed and you sent us a whole bunch of crypto buyers, a lot of people were couldn't get metals. A lot of normal people that would have been putting money into silver, and we're like, well, you can't get silver now. And I hear we'll update on that in just a minute. I just got a text on that a minute ago. Supply side seems to be tightening up again, which would make sense. The price is jumping. Things are getting heated. I think the next break we have, or big market moves, I got a feeling that supplies you're not gonna be able to get metals and cryptos or in limited amounts. And I think we're close to breakage time, you know?
I agree. I know on the silver side, even though the big banks seem to be selling 500 million ounces on the COMEX every day, we're at unprecedented deliveries of silver by like double anything we ever recorded. And the open interest for September is so high right now, 140,000 contracts, which is what, over 700 million ounces of physical silver that theoretically could be stood for delivery. I don't even think we're going to make it that far as silver exchanges and silver pricing. I don't see. I think the first delivery day would be the end of August for the September delivery month. I don't see there any way that the COMEX is going to get through that without changing the rules, stopping the physical delivery of silver, making everybody settle in cash. Whatever they're trying to do to stop this flow, there's just no logical explanation why anybody would sell an ounce of silver today. There is no logical explanation. Everything from the fundamentals to the COMEX positioning to everything you look at says to the lack of supply because all the mines are shut because of COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be the best thing ever for Mexico and Peru and South American countries that have been literally giving their silver away, the real stuff out of the ground, and then they just give it away to the rest of those countries that control the banking system. So what? So they can continue to suppress the price of something that could make you a very rich country? It's been insane. Now they have an excuse. It's COVID. Everything's the COVID excuse now.
Yeah.
So yes, I am like right now is like a lot of people can't get physical silver anymore. It's really hard to get. Cryptos will be like that very soon. I don't see any of these exchanges surviving a hyper volatile stock market, bond market, metals market, and crypto market.
Yeah.
And the manipulation is going to be off the charts. What I expect is a huge slam down before the moonshot to 100,000 by the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised to see a slam down to $1,000 Bitcoin in a blink of an eye, where no one was able to get their trades in, just to wash out everybody who has a standing order and then run it to 100,000. That's the way these manipulators roll. So what do you need? You need to get the cryptos in your own possession. It's the only way you can survive. And you can do that by going to perpetualassets.com and filling out application?
Yeah, perpetualassets.com. If you're looking at just crypto, you click on the crypto tab at the top. And then there's two different applications. There's an individual application if you're buying with personal funds from your personal checking account. There's an entity application if you're one of our IRA clients and you're buying with your IRA, or if you're buying with your company's funds. We have some folks that do that too. So we're able to run the app really quickly, and it's fast. I mean, it's fast and it's simple and it's safe. I mean, for people who don't know us, I guess they have to vet us and feel safe that we're not going to run away with your money. But we're a U.S. firm. We're not offshore. We're Gus and I have been doing this for 8 years, and you know, we want to make our money the honest way. You know,
And you guys went through the hassle of getting the proper forms filled out and permits within the U.S. to deal in this. In silver and in cryptos.
All the regulatory stuff. Yeah, we had to go through all basically becoming a bank, essentially registering as a bank and going through all of that in order to just deal in crypto, so that they don't throw you in jail. I mean, you can look at all these articles of local Bitcoins and guys that were selling Bitcoin out of their garage and stuff without a money trans, without the proper licensing and regulation. And they throw you in jail. So that's certainly not anything we wanted to flirt with.
I get emails every day saying, "Oh, can you buy me some cryptocurrency? Can you buy me some of this? Buy me some of that?" I always say, I don't have the right license. And if anybody does say that they'll sell you it and they can't prove that they have the proper licenses, you're probably going to get mixed up in something you don't want to get mixed up in. Play by the rules, and there's just so much the government can do to come after you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true, man. We're still operating within this system, right? In the confines of this system. And, you've got to walk within the lines, right? I don't know if I'm going to wear my mask when I walk outside the door, though. Holy cow, man. I mean, bizarro world. It's just fantastic.
Year zero.
McAfee tweeted, just throw this out. He tweeted a picture this morning with a pair of panties over his, and I'm like, great minds think alike. I just told my wife this morning, hey, babe, can I borrow a pair? Because I want to freak out the local, when I'm walking in. And it's like, we had a farmer's market the other night where I'm going, it's outdoor, man. And like, everybody's like, where's your mask? Put your mask on. It's like,
oh, here's one for you and Erica. I know you got young kids. Gavin Newsom is saying it's all virtual learning.
Yeah, it's one thing after another. We're going to start homeschooling both my kids. I'm probably going to put Samuel through the Ron Paul. Ron Paul has a whole homeschool curriculum,
really?
K through 12. And it's like, dude, everything you want to teach your kid about Austrian economics, classic liberty, and then everything from math and science and all the stuff too. It's
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
It looks amazing. It's like $300 a year. It's affordable. There's, 8,000 video modules. Anyway, I just scratched the surface, but yeah, the indoctrination, man, once you get to 5th, 6th grade, it's like, I don't want them teaching him about a bunch of commie freaking BS. And we're at a point now, man, we are at freaking war. I've lived here in California for a while and kind of bit my tongue, and you still have to be really careful, right? You don't want to get in fights or extremely, hurt your friends' feelings or piss off but it's time to, my partner, Gus, who, as you well know, doesn't hold back at all.
Hey, everybody needs to watch Cuss with Gus and Be the Guerrilla Economist. I think it's Thursdays or Thursdays.
Well, yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. You love him or you well, if you're not down with profanity, that would probably be the only thing that would turn you off. But yeah, man,
you're happy he's your crypto / silver broker, because he can bullshit with all the brokers and get the best price for you.
True. I mean, on the crypto side, I just did a purchase personally through our company yesterday or the day before, and when it showed up it's instant. And when it showed up in my wallet, the price of the coin, the token, hadn't moved. A lot of little Tezos. And it was like X dollars is what I was supposed to get. And it was like several dollars more than that. So it's like, we're getting a wholesale pricing. So it's not much, but you come in at 0.5% less or whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's great. It's crazy times. I mean, and I honestly, man, I've been back and forth kind of. I've had moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, mandatory masks, lockdowns, we're losing liberties. It's all this stuff. And then I really take a step back and I'm like, no, it's happening, man. The awakening is happening. There are huge masses of people now talking about stuff that only us conspiracy nut jobs talked about 5 years ago, right? And it's mainstream. I mean, now you've got some woman running for Senate or something who just tweeted something out about, this is not about COVID. This is not about racial inequality. This is about human sex trafficking. Like, whoa! I mean, there's some bombs being dropped on major platforms, which is fantastic. So, yeah, I think there's a lot. I mean, we got to go through some muck, but there's going to be some incredible beauty at the end of it, man.
I think so too. And I've been long in that camp, and I try to fight the urge to say, damn it, these bastards, and get sucked down into that hole of there's no getting out. Because I do think we are getting out of this. Trump and his people are helping. Well, we're getting spiritual help as well. And we've moved into a different part of the universe. The sun is changing. listen to the Cliff High stuff. It's like everything is changing. Everything that we once held to be true is going to be different in the future. Now we can really concentrate on the negative side of that, losing all those things we love. But at the same time, if we do it right, if the right people, we put the right people in the right places, the right technologies are released to mankind, the right motivation behind the public of moving forward and not backwards, not taking bailouts, just let's move forward, not backwards. Anytime you take a bailout, anytime you hand out money to the citizens, it doesn't get you forward. All that does is move you backwards, moves you more into the hands of those who want to control us within the state. So, always before you take those bailouts, before you vote for another banker bailout, although we don't have to vote for them anymore, apparently, according to Jerome Powell. But I think we will have to come to Congress and say, hey, no more bailouts. And that will move us forward, because the bailouts keep happening. There's no motivation to go back to work. If there's no motivation to go back to work, there's no motivation to build anything great. It's just, I want to survive for the rest of this time with what I have. And I think that's the problem with like the Bitcoin core developing squad, the guys who originally not created Bitcoin, that was Satoshi, but the people who took it over and said, we're gonna lock Bitcoin up so that it is really pretty much unuseful as a means of exchange. Keep it slow, don't expand anything, make sure it's safe. That's all we care about. That's not moving forward. And it was interesting in the discussion I had with Cliff that I showed at the Litecoin Summit last year. He was talking about things that were moving forward and things that were static. And static and dynamic is what he called it. And he said Bitcoin, the coin Bitcoin, was in both camps. It's although it's static, it is a way forward. It's also, or it's dynamic as a way forward. It's static in that they won't allow it to change, whereas Litecoin is more dynamic. It is willing to change. It is willing to adapt. It is willing to move forward. And I think that's going to hurt Bitcoin price in the long run, but really help other types of cryptocurrencies that are ready to move forward into the future and not stuck in the past. If we hang on to the past, anything that we have in the past, we're saying, oh, I can't wait till this gets back to the way it was. That's not good. The world has changed, and you either go with it or you're going to be left behind.
Well, and we can liken that to our own psyche and our own attitude, right? I mean, you get stuck in you get fixated and attached to one outcome, and dude, you're in for it. you're gonna get messed up. I mean, this is a time to really just say, okay, I'm planning, I'm preparing, I'm strategizing for the way it appears things are rolling towards, but there's going to be curveballs coming out of every single corner. So the more we can condition ourselves for that too, the less we can have to suffer, right?
Yep, absolutely. And Cliff was 100% right when he talked about that. And he's going through his own stuff. I mean, what would it be like to see the future and see all the streets, just like Dick Allgaier was remote viewing? It freaked him out. All the streets were empty. There's nobody walking around. All this, and we have experienced that already. To be an outsider, not experiencing it, just looking at it, that would freak you out. It freaked Dick out. It freaked Cliff out. And I am like this close to freaking out every other day, trying to maintain my spiritual being, from all I've been through and all I've studied over the last year or so. I am absolutely convinced, not even convinced, I know that we are spiritual beings living a physical life. But what an amazing adventure we threw down in front of us. It would have been boring if you're sitting back eating grapes by the pool for your entire life. You wouldn't really understand. You wouldn't learn. You wouldn't grow. You wouldn't change. But we threw something in our path, you, me, and everybody on here on planet Earth at this time. We threw something in our path that I don't think anybody's ever lived through, at least in our lifetimes and our current civilization's lifetime in the last couple thousand years. So I'm excited about it.
Me too. And it's important to remember that too, like in my own household, my wife's having, I mean, this is difficult. Like, my wife doesn't have the conviction that I do about what's going on. I've had my head in this rabbit hole for 10 years, right? You for 20 or more, right? Like, so my wife is, she's kind of like, I don't want to go there, you know? But with the last 6 months and what's happened, she's been forced to, right? Now there's all these conversations are bubbling up to the top about all this stuff. And it's like, and as people are getting sucked in, especially, you know, people in a more liberal area where there's more liberal thought, you know, not that my wife's a liberal, she's really a libertarian at heart, you know, but when you're friends and everybody around you, and I mean, even my son, you know, I mean, he's the latest thing he's all into is, Dad, is so and so a bad guy? Dad, is so and so a bad guy? You know, he's into hip hop, and you know, he was listening to some hip hop the other day. He was playing an NBA 2K game, and I'm like, Jay-Z is the producer, and I'm like, Jay-Z, dude, total bad guy. So it's like, oh, really? You know, bummer. You know?
A lot of people are bummed out when they hear, like, Tom Hanks was the big one for people. Oh my!
I told my
not
mom.
Tom Hanks. It's like, yep.
My mom is a diehard Democrat. Has been her whole life. Good person, you know. And now she's fallen into the Trump hate stuff. And I'm trying to like gently give her some. Maybe I'm not as gentle as I should be always, but it's like, I don't want her to have a nervous friggin' breakdown when her favorite people in the world, like Oprah and Obama, when the truth comes out, you know. So, you know, I'm trying to feed her little tidbits and nuggets, but I mean, that's all we can do, right? Is there's a lot of things we can do, but especially with our friends and our family and people that are, I mean, dude, a lot of people are gonna really have the rug of their reality ripped right out from underneath them, right? I mean, from institutions like the Catholic Church to, I mean, you know.
Yep.
So the best way we can provide that support.
And that gives us, I mean, us having thought about it, studied it for so long, we can be either the instigator, or we can be the calming voice. Hey, this is part of life. We're learning about it. You know, slowly digest it. We're going to move forward. We're going to get past this. I know how angry you are, how disillusioned you are about what you thought the United States was, and now what it really is. And this is good. This is good information for all the freedom fighters, all the Republicans out there too. I mean, the United States is not what we thought it was. It's not all ice cream and apple pie. You know, we have started wars. We have killed and murdered millions of people to keep our monetary system going. We are right in the thick of things as well. Both sides, both parties.
Well, we let a criminal mafia take over our, you know, it wasn't Bix and Will voting for this crap. It was criminals that were in control of the guns and the economic hitmen, right?
Well, yeah, John Perkins' book opened a lot of eyes, but it isn't a left and right thing. It's a right and wrong thing, really.
It's good and evil.
Ultimately, it's a spiritual war that has been going on for the millennia, and it's part of the yin and yang. And without there being bad, we will not understand good. Without there being hard times, we won't understand the good times.
So true, man. I had a recent experience. Recent, man. I'm still at foot drop. I haven't been able to walk since March.
I know. I've got you on for half an hour now. Your back must be hurting.
No, man. You know, honestly, the last interview we did was before I had the surgery, and I still had like hernias pushing in, and I had all kinds. So now everything's like fixed and cleaned up. I have a fusion, so I just have to anyway. But yeah, I was able to go down some dark rabbit holes, man, pain and fear and stuff. And I had some moments, I had some really amazing sort of downloads and realizations where it was like, this stuff opens you up for more love and compassion. You know, I mean, when you just, what is it, the old Buddhist thing? It's like it expands the heart. And it's just a lot of growth, man, a lot of growth. And yeah, but I'm grateful. Dude, I'm grateful for, you know, Western medicine, honestly. I'm grateful for all medicines, but like when they go in and open your ass up from the front and the back, and they put metal plates and cages, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That is. Well, everybody on the road to Ruta wishes you well in your recovery. And anybody that wants to get cryptos, I would say don't waste any time. Go to perpetualassets.com, fill out their application, and get your cryptos in your own possession as soon as possible, because we're going to go for a while, I think, without exchanges up and running where you can't get silver, you can't get cryptos, you can't move your self-directed IRA. That's the other
if you
thing.
still have money in an IRA or a 401k or any of the, a lot of people are getting, there's layoffs, and then there's a lot of like employment changes people are going through. But so because of COVID, right? Like now you're part-time, or now so it's opening up their 401ks.
Oh yeah, good.
So if you got money stuck in one of those and you want to get it out, call us. That's what we do. We'll help you put it wherever you want. Cryptos, metals, both. Real estate.
And the reason I did that, one of the main reasons I did that, one, I wanted metal in my own possession, but two, I wanted to trade cryptos without paying capital gains tax, and you can only do that within your retirement funds.
It's the best way to trade cryptos, because like one trade, there's all the regulatory, there's regulatory uncertainty on crypto filing, right? Like crypto to crypto, do I have to file that? Whatever. Is that an event? Within an IRA, it doesn't matter. So you can just day trade in and out of cryptos all day long, and it's all deferred.
It's all deferred till when you retire. Yeah. So hey, everybody out there, call Will and his partners down there, Perpetual Assets. Get your account going. Get your stuff moving. Why don't you give everybody the phone number, because I get it wrong every time.
888-281-2630. Perpetualassets.com. The phone number's up there too. There's a contact us if you prefer to email or whatever. Leave us a message if we don't answer. My extension, you can reach me. You can reach Gus if you want to yell at him. He loves it.
Or if you get Gus on the phone and would rather talk to Will, say, Gus, I love you, but I'd rather talk to Will. And vice versa.
Vice versa. Just call me up and say, oh, I got you. Jeez, great.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for spending the time with us. Hope your back gets better. And all my love and Amy's love to you and the family. You guys hang tough. I know homeschooling is going to be a little crazy, but I think it's the best thing for your kids. And
no doubt.
So
no doubt.
We move on. You guys, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you later.
Peace out, everybody.